Guys, I know you've seen the particular title. In the last video, I end up trying out the event contract. So I'm pretty much going to show you my particular results and how the whole process worked. For the election, when I did the tutorial thing, I ended up putting a small amount in Harris. And then later on, I put Harris as particularly well. As you can see, if you wanted to know more about how it would particularly work with the contracts and all that stuff, make sure you check out my last video. I kind of went over exactly how everything works, but in this one, I'm going to end up showing you the aftermath that what would happen. Now, as you can see now, since there's already a clear winner, pretty much there's no need to have a buy for Harris or buy for Trump, because why would you end up buying when you already know the particular winner? So that's pretty much why it's saying. They're saying in 14 hours it's going to particularly open again, but it's kind of already over. As you can see, the Trump contracts is 98 cents and Harris is 2 cents. With the commission and stuff, it's like I said, it's pretty much over. So when with the event contracts, it's an all or nothing. So once that event happened, which already Trump won, the contract end up being, well, for the loser, end up being worthless. I'll end up showing you what happened with the actual payout actually happened January 8th. I mean, they still allow you to trade the particular contract. The last day to trade is January 5th. So I'm taking it like if you had, Trump's contract, you could probably close your position and make money from there. For Harris, once I found out she was going to lose for sure and the contract was already pretty much very low, I tried to exit it, but that didn't actually kind of work out. I'll tell you guys about that later. But let's look at, and I'll tell you why I end up buying a little more Harris the night of the particular election. So this was the one where I just kind of did a tutorial so you can end up seeing how it worked. I did 7, and then later I also end up selling it. But then on November 1st, I end up purchasing 200 contracts at 47 cents, which would be a total of $97. And of course, Robinhood took $4 for commission. Then also I end up buying an additional 40 contracts at 46 cents, with the total of $18.80. So that was that particular 2. Now you might want, this was on, I believe, this was on election day, about 10:23. So you might want to know, hey, why did you end up buying another 400 contracts for the cost of 72 particular dollars? And let me run you through why I end up buying more at 10:23. So if we go, let's actually go to the picture. So originally, when it started was something, I can't remember what day this was, but percent you can think about the cents as a contract, the odds of them winning roughly. So once I end up seeing this was at about 10:18. I end up seeing that Trump contract was 89 cents and Harris contract was 13 cents. So that let me know clearly all the big money is kind of betting on Trump to particular win. But at this particular time, this was at like 10:18. I still felt like, from what I've seen on the news and stuff, that the votes, I think, from Pennsylvania didn't come in. A lot of swing states didn't particularly come in. He did have a lead, but a lot of the key states wasn't in yet. And for the way I would interpret this was like, hey, at that particular time they expected her to have a 13%, roughly. I mean, this is not exact, but roughly you can kind of think about this, roughly a 13% chance of winning. So I was just like, wow, to me, I felt like she had a much better chance at that particular time. And when you're looking at the payout for each contract, So in this particular case, it was the Harris contract was 13 cents. If you were, if she won, you would have ended up earning $1 on that 13 cents. So I'm just gonna make the math a little, the numbers a little easier. For example, if you had 10 cents, right? So you had 10 cents and you end up putting $10, that $1 would turn into $10. So if you put $100, it would end up turning to $1,000. Whoa, yeah. If you had $100, it would turn into $1,000. So that's like 1,000% return. So from the risk reward perspective, to the upside was kind of really significant compared to the particular downside. So that's why I ended up deciding. I didn't play too much because I wasn't exactly sure, but the upside was huge if she would have won. And looking at it at that particular time, she still had a good chance of winning. I felt like her odds probability wise was still, it may not, it was definitely to me higher than the 15% at that time at 10, 18, 10, 20. I mean, I don't know how, yeah, so I end up trying to pretty much do that. But I did when I was following, the money stuff as far as the election. Once I did see these particular contracts like that, to me, I knew that it was not looking good simply because it lets me know like, hey, the sentiment is pretty heavily favored that they're pretty much sure Trump was going to particularly win. I don't think they really actually called it to 3 or 4 in the particular morning. So at the end, and I'll show you if she would have won, my payout would have been $640. Now, how much did I originally put into it? I believe altogether was roughly about $100 and maybe $86. So as you know, the thing with these contracts, as your information goes, the value of the contract increases and decreases, and you'll see it in the profit and loss. Now, I did end up trying to, once I knew for sure that she was going to lose, I ended up trying to close the position before, it was kind of too late. But pretty much, I mean, at that particular time, I think it was like showing 2 cents. And then I forgot, of course, that, between the spread, Robinhood ended up taking their particular money of here. As you can see, Robinhood took their commission, and I pretty much didn't get anything. I just kind of tried to do it really quickly. I already kind of called the race, and I know it was an all or nothing. So I just tried it like, hey, I think I paid maybe like 17 cents, and it was at like 2 cents or something like that. I was just like, let me just try to see if it kind of go through. If you can see 4:14 a.m., I ended up just trying to swipe. I didn't even look at the particular numbers, and then I was just like, hey, then I was just like, but I already figured that it was, already, it's an all or nothing contract. I know it's worthless once you particularly know the winner. And yeah, so all of this, you can see $96, that would be a loss. $18.80, that would be the particular loss. And it's, $72. And of course, I tried to exit out. This was just, a last try to say, hey, let me see if I can try to exit out and get some back. But, that Robinhood got their commission, and then, I didn't pretty much get that at particular all. So, I mean, that is pretty much it, you guys. Let me know in the comments below, did you end up, what do you think about event contracts, and better knowing the presidential outcome or any particular outcomes. That concludes this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm out.